Two games to preview on this WTF edition. VGK plays the Sabres tonight at 7 at T-Mobile Arena, and then has the Senators coming in on Sunday at 5. Stay with us. Everything comes your way next on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, hi again, everyone. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day. Find us wherever you get your podcast, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is Locked On Golden Knights. We are brought to you by the Gametime app. Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off of your first purchase. So, Chris, a couple of more games here for VGK at home. First, they play at home tonight, as we mentioned, against Jack Eichel's former team, the Sabres, and then on Sunday against the Sens, as it sandwiches around UFC there at T-Mobile Arena. First tonight against Buffalo, a team that is coming back from numerous injuries. When I took a look at this team for the show, Alex Tuch returned to the lineup for the first time since suffering an injury on December the 4th against the Avs a couple of nights ago. And Tuch and Tage Thompson, they skated together on Wednesday for the first time together since November the 7th because Thompson had an upper body injury. A team like Buffalo can't afford to lose two of its superstars, right? And this is a team against the Avs. So the Avs had a 15-1 shots on goal advantage to start the game before Zach Benson came through. Buffalo is a team, right? Check this out, this stat. Let them score early, because every game that Buffalo has scored
Golden Knights
early,
are good at that. They're good at that lately.
every game that the Sabres have scored early, the opponent is they're 1-11-1, rather. The Sabres are 1-11-1 after the Sabres score the first goal.
Yeah, I mean, that plays right into what the Golden Knights have been doing lately, I guess, huh? Sabres are in a weird spot. You mentioned the injuries and everything. That's obviously not going to help, but obviously going forward, hopefully things will get better, maybe after tonight's game, of course. Sabres are a team that missed the playoffs by 1 point. I mean, maybe tiebreakers, maybe they still don't get in, but point being is they were 1 point from being in that 8th seed potentially to be in the playoffs. You would expect them to take a step forward. It's all we've heard about. You know, everyone, all the Sabres fans chirping and everything. This is the season, right? Well, Sabres are currently, I had it right here. Here we go. Sabres are currently 12-15-3, 27 points. Mm-hmm. You have that tough Atlantic division to partially thank for that as well. The Atlantic certainly as a whole has taken steps forward. Obviously, you got the Panthers, of course, being the Eastern Conference champions last season that no one saw coming. So that only adds to the firepower, if you will, for that tough Atlantic division. Look at the Sabres' last few games. Had a 4-game losing streak against the Blues, the Hurricanes, the Preds, the Red Wings. And then looking ahead to most recently, home game victory against the Coyotes. They travel to Colorado, like you talked about, and lost. They're in Vegas, and then they go on to Arizona on Sunday. So, I mean, I guess the fun thing about this game, both teams have a little extra juice. Of course, Alex Tuch, everyone loves Alex Tuch in Vegas, but he wants to stick it to his former teammates. That's what boys do when they're competing with each other, right? And of course, Jack Eichel is going to want to have a little something for his former team, and that'll be a sub storyline to keep an eye on. And you know, can we maybe like put an Alex Tuch, Jack Eichel fight line for like, I don't know, plus 950 out there? What do you think? That gets enough two-way action?
Yeah, you were speaking about those opponents, and last year, this is a Sabres team, if I remember correctly, that beat Colorado, Arizona, Vegas. Remember that road trip that they had? Mm-hmm. They beat all three.
And it got Marchessault in trouble when the last time the Sabres were here. It was the game where I think Skinner made the pass or Thompson made the pass, but it was one of the first times Cassidy lightly towed the line of we had sticks in the wrong spot on that, and then we go back and watch it was Marchessault's stick.
Memorable.
And we're starting to see Marchessault like on the road to the Winter Classics stuff now. You're starting to get a little taste of how those two go up and back a little bit on the bench. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. And of course, he deserves to make more money than another quote star on this team. Joel Skinner, the latest member of the Sabres that is injured. Rasmus Dahlin leads the scoring, 24 points. Tuck with 17, and Thompson has 15. And this is a team, again, that's coming back. How is our guy Peyton Krebs, who held up the deal? How is Krebs, the deal maker or deal breaker, doing?
It's definitely not going the way I think the Sabres had anticipated. He's 28 games. He's 2-3, 5 points. So, I mean, that's not necessarily what the Sabres were looking for. I mean, Alex Tuck was obviously the key piece of the deal, but the Golden Knights did not want to give up on Krebsy, as they call him, right? Little stat about Peyton Krebs might make you some money in a bar. Peyton Krebs' first shot on goal did not go off his stick. It went off his jaw and broke his jaw a few seasons ago. So there you go. If you're looking for a little, if you're at PT's late at night, you got a little action. There you go. But yeah, Krebs, I mean, I'm not going to say he's a bust or anything like that. Maybe he's going to take a little more time. And maybe the unfortunate thing for Krebs is that the Sabres are an organization, Tony, that are able to play someone like Krebs on an extended basis when he might need more time to develop at the American League level. So, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I was obviously a big believer in Krebs in my personal business with a bunch of his hockey cards that I moved on from once the Golden Knights moved on from him. And gladly I did, because they were probably worth more 2 years ago than they are right now.
How are those Easton stick cards doing this morning?
It's funny. Stephen Marsh was talking to me about it too. And like everyone thinks that since the Chargers got crushed last night, all my crazy Easton stick cards that I bought like 4 years ago that I just popped up on eBay on Wednesday, we're going to tank. But dude, at 257 and 3 touchdowns, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about 63-21 or whatever the score of that stupid game was. We're talking about Easton sticks, 3 touchdown performance, folks. Go to my eBay store and find my Easton stick cards and go overpay for them.
Man, those Raiders are explosive. They've averaged over 31 points the last 2 games.
That was a dynamite tweet, Tony. That was a good one. Props on that one. That was a good one.
I worked on that one in between sneezing. Apologies to all the media members sitting around me. I was just a sneezing machine last night.
You don't sit close to Carp, do you? Because I sit next to Carp tonight, and he's
2 seats over, but all he did was yell the whole game. It was fun. We had a ball. We just were yelling the whole game.
Carp is fun. I love Carp.
We had so much fun at the game last night in between sneezes. I wanted to ask you, yesterday we said that Jack Eichel, he's not bitter with this team anymore. Do you think it's diminished because they've already played? I know Pete DeBoer, remember when he said after VGK played Dallas the first time? He
still has nightmares about the Golden Knights, but go ahead.
No, remember Pete said, hey, it doesn't have that same feeling about just revenge games and all that. We just put that aside. And so with Jack Eichel, we put a total of 2.5 points up there and let Buffalo score early. And then you could beat them 5 or 6-1.
Eichel, I don't see having any issues. Like we talked about this yesterday. I don't see Eichel having any issues with anyone wearing a Sabres jersey, unless it's the fans wearing a Sabres jersey, because obviously the Buffalo fan base, not entirely, but largely, I guess we'll say it, has just absolutely roasted him every time he goes back there and boos and whatever. And whatever, fine. I mean, Eichel might have been a bit of a different person back there. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe it was a raw deal. We don't know exactly. So what we're going to focus on is this version of Jack Eichel that is absolutely adored in Vegas. He's becoming a leader, a difference maker, and doing everything right. And just a couple quick hitters here. Chandler Stevenson looks to make it goals in 4 straight. Barbashev, 6 points in 21 games, and now he's 7 points in the last 9 games. So a couple things keep an eye out for tonight.
We knew he was going to play better. We knew he's just had to fit in there, and Barbashev? He plays better in the postseason player.
I mean, it's hard not to play better than 6 games in 21 games, six points in 21 games. But I mean, it's taken him time. And one last thing, Stone mentioned the only concern he's had by jumping up on that line with Jack and Ivan Barbashev is who goes to the net and win, because both of those players do have a similar heavy type of game. And I think as they work that out, you're going to see Barbashev's points total increase.
Coming up next, our preview of VGK versus the Ottawa Senators on Sunday night. More after this on Locked On Golden Knights. Gametime is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. Gametime has deals on tickets right up until the start of the event and even an hour after the event starts. It's the place to find last-minute seats. And yesterday, perusing the app, there's tickets still available for The Boss, for Bruce Springsteen, which is kind of a surprise, did not sell out on opening day. Get with it, Vegas. I'm hoping for a freebie, by the way, by March.
I was trying to get a freebie last night for the Raiders. No one came.
I know. People were looking for you. They were. Find exclusive flash deals and sponsor deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, for concerts, comedy, theater, and much, much more. And the Gametime guarantee means that you will always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same area or same section for less, then Gametime will credit you with 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets on Gametime. Download the Gametime app today. Create an account and use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off the first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use the redeem code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Welcome back on this WTF edition of Locked On Golden Knights. We've got some good ones too today from all of our folks out there. Some good questions. One I'm going to have you answer because I don't know the answer. Okay. Well, you answer most of the questions. Okay. I don't know if VGK will struggle against Ottawa, against the Senators on Sunday, but we can see a very entertaining game. Ottawa comes off of the 4-2 road loss in St. Louis. The highlight was the Donnybrook between Brady Tkachuk and Tyler Tucker of the Blues. That was a good fight. That was a really good fight. And this is a team currently that has Tkachuk fighting everyone. His mom. Did you see his mom? First of all, bobbing and weaving.
He fought his mom.
Did you see the mom? No. Did you see her in the stands?
No, but that's. I mean, the Tkachuk family is used to this, and so whatever. I mean,
guess how many fights Brady Tkachuk has this season?
How many games they played? 24? 22?
20.
Seriously?
Fights. 20 fights. 20 this season. And he fought a guy in Tyler Tucker, who that was just his fourth fight last night. And so he got into the fight last week. Remember the Carolina goalie, Pyotr Kochetkov?
Yeah.
He made the diving poke check, and then that was on a penalty shot, right?
Kochetkov. So I don't know why more people aren't talking about that. Kochetkov went for it was premeditated what Kochetkov was doing there. Like, as a ref, I know this. The second I saw him go down, he went for his foot. He went for the trip. He was 3 feet out the edge of the blue paint. Like, that was premeditated. The Senators were losing that game 4-1. So the Hurricanes up 4-1. Like, I don't know.
Brady's even fought his own brother this season, didn't he? Didn't they get in a fight?
Oh, they had a fight, but I'm sure they've had some face washes and stuff like that. I don't think they've had a fights.
Well, he fought against his good friend Mark Stone tonight.
Sunday night, no, they're not going to fight. But I'm surprised you didn't jump on this one. So the Golden Knights tonight will be playing in their 31st. No, tonight, Friday.
Okay,
will be playing in their 31st game of the season,
right?
Where the Senators have only played 24 games this entire season. So it'll be the Golden Knights' 32nd game on Sunday and the Sens' 26th game. So it's just interesting the way the schedule's kind of working out. A tough spot in the schedule for the Senators, right? They lost to the Blues to start the road trip. They're playing it back-to-back. They're actually playing the Stars tonight. The Senators are. Yeah. Knock it off. And then Sunday, the Senators come to Vegas and they wrap it up in Arizona and Colorado. So not a good 5-game road trip for the Ottawa Senators. Just kind of looking at some points here. Stützle, I think it's his third or fourth season, 26 points, 6 goals, 10 assists. Claude Giroux, this guy's still in the league, friggin' 23 points. Drake Batherson, 20 points. Brady Tkachuk, 19 points, which we can adjust to about 34 points if he wouldn't be in the box, if you could take those 100 penalty minutes away. Tarasenko, that seems like a quiet one, right? Tarasenko was free agent signing, not traded, free agent signing by the Ottawa Senators, a 1-year deal, kind of a bridge deal. I think Tarasenko is trying to put up some good numbers so he can get paid when that salary cap goes up by $4 or $5 million next season.
Yeah.
In nets, you got Korpisalo. There's a name the Golden Knights are familiar with. Status quo for Korpisalo, right? He's 6-8, but a .333 goals against and .898 save percentage, right about where he was last year. Anton Forsberg is the backup, 5-5 and 303 goals against, .885 save percentage. So I don't know. I mean, great spot for the Golden Knights to keep on banking points. Of course, tonight's game against the Sabres, they can find a way for 2 points. And then obviously Sunday's game, that could put the Golden Knights on a 6-game winning streak, points in 11 straights, and just one regulation loss in 12 games. I mean, Golden Knights, everything is going well right now, and see if they can keep it going, I guess.
Well, this is a team, when you look at them on paper and all the names that you mentioned, right? If they put it together, they could be pretty good, right? I mean, this could be a decent team.
Ottawa, same deal. They're a team that was expected to, I mean, you're not going to have 6 or 7 teams qualifying for the playoffs in one division, but I would have put the Sabres and Senators. I mean, really, Montreal was the only team I've kind of counted out, and technically the Canadians are over the Sabres and Senators as far as the standings go. A couple injury updates really fast here before we get too deep into this. Korzak is going to miss some time, air quotes. That's what we got there.
Precautionary measures, precautionary.
No. He's probably going to miss some time. It's not precautionary. Okay. Martinez in a red non-contact sweater on Thursday.
Yeah.
I would not anticipate seeing Martinez tonight, but probably by Sunday. General rule of thumb for Cassidy, at least one practice in a regular sweater without any setbacks. Aiden Hill was on the ice with the Golden Knights. There was 3 goalies on the ice in Thursday's practice. Good for Aiden to be back on the ice, but I believe Cassidy has alluded to we will not see Aiden with the Golden Knights until next week's road trip. If I had to handicap the starts, I think the Golden Knights roll out Logan Thompson tonight. I think we're going to see the other guy, Yuri Patera, on Sunday.
Okay.
And then I'll go a step farther. I think to start the road trip against Carolina, the Golden Knights probably roll Logan out. And I would anticipate seeing Aiden Hill maybe by the 21st against Tampa. That's just how I see it. We'll see how close I get.
Yeah, fresh tan. Goalie comes back. I get it. Coming up next, it's WTF What the Friday. Stay with us. We've got some great comments on the way right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Score right now and during the NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with a winning $5 moneyline bet. That's right, $150 if your team wins. And if you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better place or time to get into the action than right now. The app is so easy to use, a wide range of betting options, including point spreads, player props, over-unders, and much more. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and kick off the NFL season. And that is FanDuel, the official partner of the National Football League. Welcome back to this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. We appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day. And don't forget, tomorrow we've got no Christmas lights on. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got the Chris and Chris show. That's a YouTube exclusive, so you might want to make sure that you subscribe there.
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm going to go with a guy that I know, and his name is Jonathan Haas, okay? And so Jonathan sends me all sorts of messages, okay?
Yeah, I've talked to him too. He's a nice guy.
Yeah. No, I've known him for a minute, right? And so he says, here's the WTF Friday submission.
Oh boy.
The app support at nighttime refuses to reply to emails. Emails requesting updates on location, not recognizing different area codes for people's phones. So I think he still has a New York area code on his phone, right? And then,
as does everybody, but yeah.
But they don't answer any of his emails. get the customer service right here, folks. And then he sent me all the follow-up emails, no replies. He sent me a ton of emails, nothing from them. He's received working on issue. A month later, there's crickets, nothing. And he said it's not even about the 77 or so dollars. It's the principal WTF. We've had a lot of issues with that app.
Yeah, no, it's fair. You can scroll on Twitter anytime the Golden Knights are streaming, and you do see concerns. I've been lucky, but like I said, I stream it directly through our Fire Stick, through Amazon and everything. And we also pay a lot of money for internet and a mesh and all this cool stuff and all that. So
right,
maybe mobile has a little tougher time. I don't know. I've been lucky, but I will concede every intermission at the least, I do have to exit and come back out to get the game to start back up again. But it's only during intermission, but I get it. The comments are out there. And speaking of comments, I'm just shocked. I'm not shocked. It's a sensitive fan base. Call it what it is. But the Golden Knights have a 9-game point streak. We talked about this a second ago. 1 loss in 10 regulation games, a 4-game winning streak, and fans and even media members are asking questions about blown leads and what's up with the 6-on-5. And I'm okay with the 6-on-5 questions, but people making a big deal about the finishes of these games, right? The Flames got a point, the Sharks got a point. Like, it's game 30. To quote Coach Cassidy, they got 52 games to figure it out. The team is 25-5. 20 wins, 5 regulation losses, 5 overtime losses. They lead the league by either 6 or 4 points, depending on last night's games. Let's see. I was close, right? Them 4 points. Vancouver, oddly enough, is the team that's in second place overall in the league. Kind of a surprise.
They won't hold up. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Thatcher Demko's a really good goalie, and they got a lot of special things happening. But I think
they won't hold up.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to cross the streams. I'm going to keep my WTF separate. But
okay.
Point being is, Golden Knight fans, enjoy the ride. This is supposed to be a Stanley Cup hangover. This team is not supposed to be 25-5 right now. They're not supposed to have 45 points. There's supposed to be some struggle. Like the normal thing is, after a team wins a Stanley Cup, I went through this 3 times with the Blackhawks. There's always regression. There hasn't been regression. Enjoy the ride. The Golden Knights are one of the favorites to repeat as Stanley Cup champions. Enjoy the ride. Stop getting all upset because the Golden Knights gave up a point to the San Jose Sharks in game 28 of the regular season, or the Flames in game 29 or 29. I don't care. WTF, chill out, enjoy the ride.
WTF, Montel Jordan, national anthem last night.
Oh my God.
What did he sing? What words did he insert into the anthem?
Did he insert or did he just lose it? I don't know. I think he just
lost it, and then he went, it just was garbled. I tried to listen to what he said, but the better reaction was all the media people. They're just like, what did he just say? What did he do? What did he, like, you could tell, even if you're nonchalantly listening, right? You could tell if someone messes up the anthem. So
you had a dynamic comment. Someone said he went all Enrico Palazzo on that reference from the first Naked Gun movie when Leslie Nielsen foobarred the words.
No idea what he was singing. WTF. Another WTF. So my good friends from across Montel Jordan, this is how we do it. Come on, man. You don't know that song? Yeah, it's about 30 years old.
National treasure, perfect for a Thursday night NFL game in Vegas.
Well, the best part of that whole deal was to go, let's welcome back Montel Jordan, because they couldn't find anyone for Thursday night. Okay, WTF. Our good friends from across the pond, they're always tweeting and they're always sending me stuff. And so, again, this has to do with Bill Foley and soccer ownership. What would Bill Foley be doing trying to invest in yet another soccer team? The Scottish FA board met and discussed the proposed investment by Bill Foley into the Edinburgh Slide. So that's another team. So that would be number 3. And the deal is getting closer, according to one of my buddies over there. Become friends with all the media folks there and what have you. But WTF, why does he need another soccer team?
What's the end game, I guess, is the question. Like, is this what's the build up for? Is it just
I think he's like, you know what, to be honest with you, because billionaires have such big egos, and I think he's really truly trying to make a run still at a Las Vegas franchise. I really do believe that. Here's a WTF for you. I like this one. You can
Yes.
answer
I
this.
don't know.
WTF, happy holidays to the Lockdown crew. This is from at DarthTommy774. Maybe you
Thank you.
can clear this up for us. With their lackluster 6-on-5 play, is this something the VGK practices for, or is it ad-libbed? I don't attend practice much. Can you clarify that? Do they practice 6-on-5?
I mean, I'll concede I don't attend practice much. I'm probably once every 2 weeks I make it down there, but
Right, but
the few practices I've gone to, I honestly haven't necessarily seen the 6-on-5 being worked on a whole lot. A lot of times, Coach Cassidy starts with like a 6-on-6 type drill or something crazy where they just divides the ice in half and lets the boys, kind of get warmed up a little bit and chirp as they're scoring goals and things like that. But I don't recall specific 6-on-5 drills. I'm not saying it doesn't happen by any means, but is it somewhere between ad-libbed and worked on a lot? That's probably the more realistic perspective to have. But it's just kind of fluky. I don't know if there's a problem there or not. I mean, again, Coach Cassidy did talk about this in the recent presser after the game, the Flames game, where these things could come back to bite you. And he referenced the Winnipeg Jets series, right? So the Jets win the first game of the series. Golden Knights win the second game of the series. Golden Knights cough up a 3-goal third period lead, including a 6-on-5 goal that sends it to overtime. So now we got a 1-1 series in overtime that the Golden Knights, Michael Amadio, and fortune for Vegas, was able to win the game. But if the Golden Knights fall down 2-1 in that series, it could have been a whole different playoff. You never know what happens. So it's important, but one more Cassidy quote: they got 52 games to figure it out.
Okay. WTF. Why is this is from at eruns, our good friend. Why is the stat called save percentage when it's always expressed as a decimal? It's a good point.
That's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
but a
that's
percentage
a lot
can be a decimal. Like 94.5% is I don't know. Maybe I take it back. They're overthinking that one. WTF Edmonton Oilers, fourth in the Pacific all of a sudden.
They lost last
eight
night,
and 2.
didn't
They did lose, 7-4 standard Oilers fashion. But I'll put it out there. Oilers are top 3 in the division by the end of the year. I'm not saying the Oilers are going to make any noise in the playoffs because there's a big difference between winning games 6-5 and 7-4 in the regular season versus needing and being able to win a game 3-2 in the playoffs, which the Oilers just cannot do. So Oilers are going to make some noise. They're going to be tough. They're going to be a tough out in the regular season, and they're going to be around at the end. They're going to be around. I just wonder if McDavid somehow, even with missing 4 or 5 games this year, is going to find a way to another 150 points.
WTF from at Crystal Pepsi 98. Why does Tony Dasco hate William Karlsson? For that, I would probably have to defer to Montel Jordan. I think I'll have him answer that for me. WTF. Go. WTF. Where are the Christmas lights? Come on, man.
I yelled for Chris to come turn them on for me, and he didn't hear me.
No, he's ignoring you because he thinks it's kind of funny. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, it is the Chris and Chris show with the Golick family. Check that out. It's an exclusive, of course, on our YouTube channel. Subscribe there, Locked On Golden Knights. Hope to get rid of these snot bubbles by Monday. We appreciate all of our everydayers, especially precautionary measure for me to get rid of these snot bubbles. I'm day to day. I'm listed as day to day. For my man, Chris Golick, I'm Tony Cardasco from Las Vegas. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Have a terrific weekend. We'll see you again Monday right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Pause. Take care.